Welcome aboard! Today we've got a really cool puzzle to explore. It's not this box here, it's what's inside this box, so let's take a look. This is the Pirate's Compass, and it's time to go on a puzzle journey. So this is a really interesting looking wooden puzzle. It's a sequential discovery puzzle. Comes from Beards Woodshop in the US. It's handmade in small batches. Looks really nice. Contrasting woods used here. We've got a compass piece in the middle that'll spin around. Some other design elements, pieces that seem to move around the sides of the box here. So the aim is to try and find the treasure hidden within it. And I don't know exactly how difficult it is. I've never done any of Tyler's puzzles before, so I'm really interested to get into this one and see how difficult it is. I reckon it's probably going to be fairly challenging. I know there's several steps to it. Price-wise, it is not cheap. This is going to set you back around about 450 British pounds. That is not a cheap puzzle at all, but as I said, they're handmade in small batches. It looks really cool. I believe it's got a unique solution to it. So without further ado, let's get into it and take a look. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the elements around this. We've got the compass piece on the top, that will spin around. Doesn't seem like it's connected to anything. I don't think this is actually kind of magnetized or anything like that. There's several pieces around the side, so let's have a look here. We've got this bit here, which pushes in, kind of button or something. Another one here, so another button here. A hole, can't really see into that. I'm not sure what's going on in there. Lovely little bit here, like maybe you'd see that as an imperfection, this wood here, just this little knot there, but I really like the character that it adds. I think each of these pieces is kind of unique in the way that it's made. They're made in such small batches that each one is going to have its own characteristics, its little independent things about it. Another button just here. Really nice use of wood here. I think it's a mix of walnut, paduac, and cherry, I believe. This central piece here looks like cherry. So we're going to need to find something to do to begin with. Can we turn? Can't turn this, but this is coming out. Okay. So our little central piece of the compass has come out, and let's just have a look in here. There's some kind of hole that can be maybe used for, I don't know, it looks like something maybe needs to go into that hole. And then we've got this piece here, which, is it going to work with one of our buttons? Yes, that fits really nicely in there. So that one fits nicely in there. Now what do we do? Push this one in. Push this one in. Okay, I think this might take a little while, so I'm going to go and grab a coffee. So the first step here seems fairly straightforward, right? We've taken the top off the compass. This pushes in here, and maybe we turn this at the same time. So there's a little hole actually on the compass, so just on the North Star here, on the pointer for the north, there's a hole, and I think I just saw, yeah. So there's actually another hole, so there's obviously layers to this. So on the layer underneath, there's a hole just below where it is here. Let's see if there's any more. Okay, there's another hole just here, so about 90 degrees. Another one just here. Are we gonna have 4? Yes. So there's 4. So that's pretty much the positions of them. North, east, south, and west. There's 4 holes, but we don't really have, is something gonna drop out of those maybe? If I push the button in, let's try see if there's anything hidden inside this. I can kind of see something, there's something metallic just under this one here. Where was the next one? It's disappeared. Huh. I think these holes might be moving position. That's really weird. There's one there. Oh, look. This is maybe not going to come up on camera, but the hole under the current one is moving around with the top disc. Is that just when I push the button in? No. Okay. Strange. I don't know what's going on here. There's definitely something metallic under this bottom one though, and that doesn't seem to have moved position. Neither does that one. And that. Okay. Maybe we need to find something else here. Oh, okay. Look at this, something's just popped up here. What can we do? Okay, we found a tool. So inside here, look, we've got a little metal piece that is held in place with a magnet. Now, part of the rules of this puzzle say there's no banging, spinning, or excessive force required. We've got our first tool here. Does it fit into this space? Could we maybe do this at the same time? No. Okay, so there's a little magnet in here, but I think that was just holding the wooden piece on the top there. Don't think that's for anything else. Put it in here, I don't want to lose it. Push that in at the same time. No, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Maybe if I flip it around this way. No. Okay, what else can we do with this? This has got to be important, right? Like, they're not going to give you a tool for nothing. Into one of these holes, maybe? Where was that? So we could try it in this one. So it goes like halfway down. Maybe if we push this, would that allow it to go further? No. What's happening here? So as I spin it around, are we dropping into another hole? Seems to be stuck now. It's kind of getting jammed in there. So it goes maybe halfway down. I think it went further if I push this button in. So if I push the button in, we move it slightly, it definitely goes a bit further. And now this button is jammed up. That's weird. So that one was definitely pushing in before. This one still pushes in, look. But this one is now stuck. And if I take this out, that one's moving again. So there's some kind of connection here between this button and the second layer of the compass. What could we do? Oh, that goes all the way in there. And it moves slightly all the way in. And this button isn't jamming up to there. Okay, what can we do with this? It's not really wanting to move very much. Just trying these different holes, seeing if I can do anything. Whoa, okay. A piece has just come flying out of the side of the puzzle there. So the piece that I thought was a button turns out to actually be a removable piece, the next stage in our puzzle. And very, very cool. Look, it's got this key which also came flying out, but it's been kind of engraved in there. And the key itself, we've got a skull and crossbones and this little hook. Where are we going to use our key? Let's have a look. So inside here there's two springs. I just want to understand what happened there quickly. So I had this button pushed in, and just having a look at this piece here, I can see there's a little groove here, so I'm guessing I just released a little catch. Where's the hole? Here. Okay, so there's like a little wooden piece on the inside of the compass here. I just move it out of the way. When I've pushed this button in and I've got my pin fully depressed, I can move it just out of the way, and then the springs obviously are locking that in place and they're just throwing that out. Very cool. Oh, look at that, look. So if the key goes in here, I can move it right over to the side. So there's obviously a gap at the back there, and there we go, look at that. Piece has just popped out, and is that it? We have found a piece of treasure, look at that. Very, very cool. So you've got this cross on this side. I'm not sure, I need to have a closer look at this and see exactly what it is. But I think that is the puzzle solved, unless there's more treasure. I reckon that is it. So this piece was held in place, similar kind of mechanism, I guess, to the first one. Key goes in, pop. That's so satisfying. So you can see there's a little notch just here where the piece would hold it in place, and we're just releasing that and out this comes. So there we go. Awesome. Little piece of treasure. So I think this was rated as a level 8 when I set out. We are on a 1 coffee cup solution time. That didn't actually take too long, 40 minutes or so, I think, to do this one. So a really cool puzzle, very nicely made. I would say this one is definitely a collector's piece. It's pretty expensive for the complexity and the size of it, but again, with like karakuri puzzles and stuff like that, you're not really paying for the design necessarily, you're paying for the beautiful craftsmanship, and this one is definitely beautiful. Put it all back together, ready for the next explorer to have a go at the compass. That's it for today's video though. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to check this one out, there are a few available. I'll leave a link down below, and hopefully I'll see you next time for more puzzles.